This is Off the Cuff, and I'm Steve from TorahFamily.org. Back in the day when I was in my teen years, our pastor's wife had a way of correcting their younger children that will stick in my mind forever. She always had them sitting on the pew next to her. She allowed them to color, draw, or even play with a small toy as long as they were quiet. However, the second she saw them starting to get loud or even talking to someone quietly, she would casually reach over and flick the back of their ear with her fingers. Immediately, you'd see the boy's face just wince in pain and mouth the word "ow" as he held his ear and quietly got himself back to what he knew he should be doing, that being quiet on the pew. Unless you were looking right at the situation at that exact same moment, you never knew what happened. It was quick, quiet, and understood. Some parents just have a way of knowing exactly what their children need at the right moment. My dad would always carry a small ping pong paddle to church in his back pocket. If I ever got out of hand, all he had to do was pull his sport coat back and point to it. That's all I needed. Well, most of the time. Corrections come from our Heavenly Father just the same. Consider Hebrews chapter 12. Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as sons. For what son is not disciplined by his father? If you are not disciplined, and everyone undergoes discipline, then you are illegitimate children and not true sons. Moreover, we have all had human fathers who disciplined us, and we respected them for it. How much more shall we submit to the Father of our spirits and live? Our fathers disciplined us for a little while as they thought best, but God disciplines us for our good, that we may share in His holiness. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Now, this doesn't mean that every trial is from Yahweh. However, if you're going through something, then He's at least allowed it, and His intentions are to use it for your benefit. But even then, just like our pastor's wife, sometimes Yahweh might just give you a quick flick on the ear to get you back in line. Nobody else may see or know, but you know when it takes place. You know in your heart of hearts, He's telling you, hey, stop it. There's a lady at our fellowship, and every once in a while, her and I have a great time teasing each other. We'll shoot off some smart aleck remark, all in fun, of course, and then the other one will just wave their hand looking at the other person and say, hey, walk into it, because they know they deserve a quick smack in the face. And sometimes we know when we deserve a quick smack in the face from Yahweh. We do. And like I said, you know when He's giving you that silent correction. You know. You know. Never take it lightly. Never take that silent correction lightly. So what's the Father telling you? What's He wanting you to do? What's He wanting you to stop doing? You know. You know in your heart of hearts what He's telling you. Whatever it is, remember, it's something just for you. So don't try to push that what the Father is telling you onto someone else. That happens way too often. The Father may speak to someone, and suddenly they feel everyone has to do that. When the reality is, it might just be for them, and it might just be for a season even. But then that individual gets discouraged at others around them because the others aren't doing that which the Father told that individual to do. But He didn't tell the others. He told that one person. But all too often, many try to push what the Father is giving them onto someone else or all the others around them. As I've said before, All 7 churches were told to listen to the Spirit. Not just read the Torah, not just read the prophets, but to listen to what the Spirit is telling them. The Torah is the basics for all. But if the Father tells you to do something and you disobey, well, that's sin. Joshua was told to march around Jericho. That's not in the Torah. But if he didn't do it, he would have been disobeying the Father, sinning. Why? Because that was his personal mission by Yahweh. The Torah is what the community is to live by, but we still have to listen to what the Spirit has for us individually. But we need to make sure we don't push our personal mission from Yahweh off on others and condemn them if they don't follow it too. For example, maybe someone feels Yahweh told them not to drink. That's fine, but there are multiple verses where drinking is not only okay, it's encouraged. Now, getting drunk is a different story. But even still, if you believe the Father is telling you not to drink, don't push that off on others. The same happened with Samson and John. They were told they weren't to ever drink wine. But the Torah says we're to rejoice with wine at Sukkot. So while the Torah provides for people to rejoice with wine, he may tell others not to. However, we can't force on others what Yahweh is giving us. We can't force our personal convictions or ministry on others. We all have a calling and ministry. Don't push yours onto others. Just because Yahweh has placed something heavy on your heart, it doesn't mean it's for everyone else. And when he corrects you on something, don't think he's correcting everyone on that issue. It might just be you. So, when Yahweh tells you to do something, you need to do it. If he tells you to stop something, well, you need to stop. If you don't, you might hear Yahweh say, walk into this. Don't ignore Yahweh's little wake-up calls to straighten you out. We all get them, and we all need them. So don't ignore them when he brings them. And when he brings them, remember, he's doing it in love. That's right. He's correcting us in love. When he corrects us, it's always out of love. So don't ignore Yahweh's little wake-up calls to straighten you out. If you do, those little smacks will turn into something much bigger. And that's something he doesn't want to do. He never wants to correct us. So remember, when he does it, it's out of love and concern for our benefit so that we can truly walk in his blessings. Well, that's all I have. Think about it. Pray about it. But more than anything, be a doer of the word and not a hearer only. Until next time, Shalom.